Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Unification cast this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 1 vs 1 on Blood River. Playing over side as the Dark Eldar, we've got Grindan. Opponents on the side as the Chaos Demons, we've got Korn Champ. Korn Champ will be opening up with a couple of Furies, a Demon Lord, triple Warp Signatures, and a Lesser Demon Portal. Whereas Grindan is going to go for a couple of Mandrakes, a Hall of Blood, and a Plasma Generator. Dark Eldar versus the Chaos Demons. I would very much like to see Korn Champ. I mean, he normally goes for his dogs. He's a lover of dogs, is our Korn champion he is. But I mean, mind you, up against the Drukhari, I would love to see some Slaanesh coming onto the field, just because it'd be a nice kind of thematic stuff. Also because the Slaaneshi demons are a little bit quicker and more nimble, able to stab things on the move. Whereas Dark Eldar, they're going to go for a Hall of Blood, so going to be seeing nothing in the way of a Dark Foundry, Hellions and all that nonsense. I assume it'll be Warriors going for, or maybe an Archon? No, you're going to go for some Warriors. And maybe potential for some infiltrated Mandrakes to do what they can. But I'm not familiar with this matchup. It's not often that you see Dark Eldar and the Chaos Demons go toe-to-toe with each other. Everyone's just going to open up by capturing their nearest and dearest. Also, by the by, Happy New Year's. I completely forgot to do a video for the New Year's times. No, because I'm not that much of a fan of New Year's, to be honest. By the time Christmas is done, you know that weird period in between Christmas and New Year's where it's like you're just kind of sitting around not doing all that much. I just get confused by it. A lack of routine is something that confuses my brain entirely. Here comes a Demon Lord, quite a powerful Lord of his own right. And I think that the Archon would be able to take him on a 1v1 when he gets his little helpers out. Especially with the fire support from the Warrior squad. But we're not seeing anything. Oh no, we're going to see Nurglings. Right, okay. Ignore my predictions and my hopes and dreams. It's Nurglings. And it's very rare that you actually see any kind of Nurgle stuff coming from Chaos Demons, as the Nurgle side of things is just a bit naff, really. But here they come. I can't imagine that the prim and proper, the hoity-toity Dark Eldar will be feeling all that well going up against. I mean, just look at them. Little squiggly madmen. They've got that they roll around, that they're like tiny Christmas elves. They're just, you know, a bit more smelly, I guess. Got the Furies in there as well, just to make sure that the Warriors aren't firing anything too furious. Archon is on the field, and I assume there's more Nurglings. So just swamp them. Oh no, you're horrors, right? Oh, it's a diverse selection of demons from multiple different backgrounds. What a beautiful thing to see. Mandrake's not fancying getting involved in close combat with the Nurglings. And the horrors will just focus on the Tower of Loathing, which will be upgraded to a Tower of Dominance. So some shooty bits for the defences. But the Nurglings just aren't quite fast enough to keep on top of the Warriors. Archon is the same kind of situation, so I assume they'll be just running towards these pink horrors, making sure that they slice them up good and proper. And now that the shooty bits on both of these Tower of Loathings, actually. So they could just start fighting the Nurglings in this little pocket here. And they will go down relatively quickly. Gotta be careful of those pink horrors there. They do provide quite the punch when it comes to a ranged engagement. Nurglings, though, they can have how many models in there? About 20 models in one given go. But I don't think they'll be surviving. Yeah, they're gonna fall back in good stead. Morale being broken on the pink horrors. I've got the Demon Lord joining them as well to keep them in good stead. If you're unfamiliar with how demons work, essentially demons have got morale, and once morale breaks, they can't regen health and they slowly but surely decay. But thankfully, the Demon Lord, when he joins the squad, he's able to tie them back to the Materium. So it looks like he's just hot seating between the two demon units to make sure they're all well and good. Archon still got no friends. We don't need no friends. He's got the Mandrakes coming in. Now quite expensive at 60 blue and 10 green. A flurry of Nurglings as well to keep these guys aback. Tower of Loathing is being repaired by the tortured slave, who's just kind of just poking him with his stick. Who are you slapping around? You're slapping around some Mandrakes. Morale being broken on the Nurglings. Yeah, it's not going to be a winning situation for them, and it's costing you money for having to reinforce your lost dudes. We are going to see a Soul Seeker ammunition research, which have got no souls of demons. Don't know how that's going to work. But the Nurglings are feeling less than pleased. All of them at half health at the moment. So bring them back to a demonic shrine for the good times and the bad times. Demonic gift The demonics also armor for these lads to keep them alive a little bit longer. Oh, God Lord. Yeah, that's very low health. But their health regen being Nurgle units is quite substantial. Warrior's going to pressure the bottom right demonic shrine. Let's see if it can upgrade itself with its own variant of shooty bits. Stun on the Nurglings to keep them still. That will allow the Dark Warriors to open fire and really cutting get these guys down to low numbers, but their reinforcement rate is just so quick. It's a real challenge to knock these guys down. Which, you know, well, seeing their performance at the moment, I'm surprised that you don't see these guys more often. Now triple pink horrors, so quite a sizable firing line for the demons. Be quite difficult for the Dark Eldar to deal with. We've got Planetary Raid Tier 2 on the way. And what would the Dark Eldar tech into? In theory, you'd think witches. If you've got a line of Nurglings to prevent your guys from coming forward, then maybe close combat units aren't the way forward here. You can't go for many vehicles now because these pink horrors are just great against vehicles as well. So it's going to be some sort of infantry-based option. I wonder if maybe the Raxes, or the Vraxes, or however you would pronounce their names, or the homunculi might be a good idea. Got some terror on these guys, as signified by the purple disco going around their faces. And a push in, but the heavy cover is being occupied by the demons. That being said, though, the warriors do have a remarkable amount of DPS coming out of those splinter rifles. Also got a blue horror just sticking behind. Keeping an eye on these Dark Eldar, should they decide to press on forward. Got some demonic corruption as well. Which, I mean, I'm sure that demons don't mind that. They don't mind a bit of demonic corruption. Probably home away from home. Comes some plague bearers. Yes, a real dedication to some Nurgle plays. At the moment, the current economies are 104 and 30 compared to 103 and 0, but the green money is coming through the infernal trades. Managing to kill that lonely blue horror. Now they come to pressure the demonic shrine once again. Archon on the back lines, anticipating some Nurgle nonsense coming towards him. Beautiful little triangle of flame, killing a couple of Drukhari warriors. 3 dead lads on the field at the moment. And there we are, there's the Rax. How would you, that's pronounced as Rax. The W is silent, isn't it? Please someone confirm that. I hate not being able to read very well. It's the one skill that I really wish I had, was the ability to read. I love writing, but reading is just a skill that I will never have. I'm not dyslexic, I'm just thick. I'm just not a smart man. There comes a stun on the pink horrors. I would assume that you'd want to see the stun on those pink horrors there, but there we go. These chunky lads will be very hard to take down. And so that allows these guys to give themselves some space to take on that demonic shrine. Mandrix, well, chasing on over. And engaging these guys in close combat in the river does mean that negative cover debuff won't really take much of an effect on anyone. Here comes some plague bearers who don't mind a bit of close combat. They are just as tough. Also got some plaguey nonsense to bother anyone nearby. Some more Nurglings on the back lines to keep the warriors occupied. And unlike their Eldari cousins, while they are very mobile, they've got no fleet of foot to turn on or off. So being mobile in this kind of scenario will be a lot more difficult for them to keep away from that close combat. But potential for decapping the relic. That's what the Mandrakes are attempting to do. Who are you firing at? Oh, you're firing at the Archon. Got to go for some more incubuses. Incubi. Nothing major coming from the Dark Eldar side of things. And oh dear, pink horrors been absolutely surrounded. Thankfully they got the plague bearers to assist with that surround, but still that was not exactly the position that they wanted to be in. Nurgling's coming back out. Looks like that Korn champ is just sending these guys out on a mission, and then when they're done, he pops them back inside of the lesser demon summoning portal. Got a big bad smell. It's AoE damage for anyone nearby, which is really cutting down these warriors But bear in mind, I mean, look at that one warrior, 250 health. There's not a lot of health for anyone in question. The Racks are still sticking around. Well, low on health are a couple of them, but at least stopping these guys from moseying on about. The Archon is engaging in range stance. Probably want to see him do a little bit of argy-bargy close combat, I imagine. We've also got the Herald of Nurgle with his slug legs and his power walk. Yeah, no, I'm really impressed. Never, ever have I seen Nurgly demons for the Chaos Demons do anything of use, but here we are. Fury's tempted to do stuff, but the Furies are a bit wet around the ears. They will die very quickly. And here we now have the Witches. So, wombo combo those with the Racks. There's no Nurgling front lines to really worry about. Got to be really careful there of these Plague Bearers and their pestilent cloud of flies and badness. But quite a close combat orientated unit composition for the Drukhari there. Going to make their way down in the centre and on the right hand side. Seems like the demons have also gone over here to pest and bother this Tower of Loathing. But the Plague Bearers on their own won't be winning an engagement. The composition that the demons have at the moment is that they're basically required to work together. Otherwise, they'll just be chased around. Thankfully, though, these Nurglings covering a whole back line of these guys will be stunned by the Archon there. But not enough room for much firepower to be brought down to them. Second squad of Plague Bearers will be sorted out by the Rack squad. Also more teleporting things. I assume it's more Nurglings as the Horrors have finished the listing post over there. Now pressuring the Riverside Tower of Loathing. Yeah, there's some more Nurglings. And while the Dark Eldar seem to be sorting things out on this flank, the leftmost flank is suffering. One squad of warriors down to 2 models. They've also got all their soul stuff, or their soul production line being rustled by these pink horrors. Which will also lower the squad cap of the Dark Eldar as well. Just a Rex, I quite like how they've done a little bit of an arc around the back just to bother the furthermost pink horrors for them. Archon doing what he can, but again he's in range stance. Put him in close combat, man. Get him slapping these pink horrors. I'll stop him from firing. Which is using their speed. They've all used their combat drugs from the earlier engagement. So they won't be as swift and nimble as they would like to be at the beginning of engagement. Also, these warriors really struggling against those Plague Bearers. Like I said, a lack of health on the individual models. Any kind of squad that has low health per model is quite susceptible to AoE damage. The Rack's a bit confused about what they want to do in life. Same with the Archon. The thing's been chased over here. Last of the warriors are dead. Torture Slave is attempting to... Oh, go on, just carry on running. Live your best life. And that's the thing, so these guys don't even need to hit you in close combat. They just need to be nearby. Well, the pop down Tower of Loathing, that's all you need to do. That will just build on its own. But at the moment, everything seems to be resetting. Dark Eldar have now got access to both of the relics. And buildings are resistant to smell, so can't exactly kill a building with disgust alone. So I will stand a little bit. Greater Demon Portal has been finished. Popping down a torch. Oh, you've got homunculi there. That's excellent. That will keep the Plague Bearers at bay. But the Witches not fancying it. I imagine tier 3 would be... Oh, yeah, the Grotesques. Just basically souped up versions of the Racks will be able to go toe-to-toe with the Plague Bearers. Yeah, those 2 melee units and maybe some Scourges would be the play to make. But no, we're going to see some more Hecatari Witches. Demon Lord has fizzled away. We're now seeing a Desecrator. Demon Lord is also going to be reconvened as well. And that is a scary blob of demons. That is a significant amount of health that the Drukhari will need to break through. Current economy is 121 and 0 compared to 119 and 50, so fairly even economies, all been said and done. Leader health coming in. Stinger research for more damage. And it's all going to be about this next engagement, I reckon, to determine the fates of mankind, or just any kind, really. That's great to being able to provide some artillery support. Dark Eldar, they're managing to bob and weave away from it. Grotesques on the front lines will be able to absorb all that smell damage incoming. Combat stimulant's been activated. Just bringing down as much DPS as they physically can towards the Plague Bearers. Here comes the Chimera pack as well. Remarkable close combat damage. Stun been placed on the Plague Bearers, but it's just so hard seeing what's going on through the fetid clouds of flies and the smoke from the artillery. Plague Bearers are being brought down gradually. Cannot have their morale broken when they've got that Herald of Nurgle in their ranks there. Nurglings on the backlines have their morale broken. Got his Soulstorm in place. Well, might want to move as well. There's a lot of micro going on here, on all fairness. Quadruple Blight Drones. And that's the problem with the Dark Eldar. You need to keep your micro on 100% on point at all times to be able to get them to work as efficiently as a regular faction that can air move anywhere. Got another Chimera pack. But these are some serious late game units for the Dark Eldar. If they're able to amass these guys in number, which will be quite difficult because the Chimera packs are 70 and 40 to reinforce, but get them charging in. Pop some corrosive acid on the floor. You're laughing the amount of damage that they can bring to the table. Demons unsure which way to go for. Oh, I didn't know the Blight Drones were squads in their own right. Okay, well, fair enough. They are indeed squads. I always thought that they were singular models. Oh, they come out as single models, but then you can reinforce them to have everyone. But stupidly expensive. And they don't do an incredible amount of damage. They don't fly neither. Which is a big question mark for me. Why don't you fly? You look like units that should be able to go up in the air. That would certainly scupper the Dark Eldar plan, since a lot of their power comes from the close combat capabilities. They've also got a monstrous Chimera, which is going to be a pain to deal with. Demon armor, and the demons don't exactly have very many units that counter demons. Do have a Lost Soul being set on fire by the Grotesques' wristwatch. Just look at those models, man. Are they not just quite literally grotesque? They've got... I mean, beef is all hell. They've skipped leg day, but chest day and back day they've gone for exclusively. A big charge in for combat stimulants. That's a lot of demons there. Gotta focus on the demonic shrine. Bring that bad boy down. And they really don't want to be engaging on this negative cover. They want to kind of just run over onto this soft ground, but no, they're committing to the bit. Nurgling's been teleported around the backside. Plague drones assaulting the base. Do have the racks inside the pink horror squads there, stopping them from doing all their bits and bobs. And it's down to the wire by the skin of people's teeths. Once Chimera takes care of the little whittle Nurglings. Chimera packs over here just seem to be chilling out in range stance for whatever reason. Beastmaster saying, right, doggos, hold back, saving you for a rainy day. And the demons, against all odds, have been pushed back, but inside the base, the Plague Drones are doing the damage. Are going to see a Razor Wing jet fighter, which should hopefully be able to take care of the Blight Drones. Their card says they're only good against infantry, but never trust it. Sizable Drukhari force inside the demon base. Demonic shrines been taken down and decapped as well. Here comes the Plague Bearers with the Demon Lord in their ranks. Takes them a little bit longer to stand up than the Demon Lord himself. He's about to go down. Curse Maledictum upon him to stun and turn them against their allies. More and more demons coming out, but the Drukhari aren't giving up. But dear, oh no, it's going to be so close. A base trade to end all base trades. It does look like that the Plague Bearers here, or the Blight Drones, are just mulching their way through these buildings, which you would not expect them to be able to do. 3 production buildings versus the 1. Managed to take it down. There's another Hall of Blood down there. We need to see another production building maybe being placed around the oh no, they don't even realise it. They don't know there's a Hall of Blood in the corner. They're bamboozled, they're confused, they don't know what to do. Oh, it's going to be... There we go, they managed to pop down a Cabal Fortress. The game is still on, the game is afoot. And the Demon production buildings go down. Nary but a couple of pink horrors left over. And the Blight drones managed to spot the Cabal Fortress. It is being built up by the one singular perk of the Hecatari Witch Squad. Can they break the gate down before the... And there we go. Oh my goodness. Hoo-wee, that was on the... Quite literally on the edge of my seat all the way through that final 5 minutes of that. That was such a close blooming game. Those Blight drones, absolutely insane. Did not imagine them to be able to do that much damage against buildings, but what can we say about that game? Plenty of aggression from all ends, and absolutely love to see those Nurgle units bring to bear all the plague stuff to break down the low armor and low health of the Eldar, but also a mighty fine use of the Racks and the Grotesques to provide that strong front line for the rest of the Drukhari to do their usual stuff. Not quite sure why the Chimeras won range stance for the majority of that, but I mean, they were there, they were taking part, and they won in the end. That's all that matters, really. So yes, cheers so much, Grindan, for sending this game into the Discord. And if you want to support the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you 1 game a week, and there's also Discord where Discord things happen. Links in the description as always. As been Mr. Landshark, pleasure as always, never short. Now, see you in a bit. Peace.